Breaking news, Commanders Nation! What's about to happen in Washington is going to blow your mind. The showdown against Tampa Bay in the playoffs has an unexpected twist that no one saw coming. A defensive titan from the BUCS threatens to crush our playoff dreams, but the coaching staff has a master plan up their sleeve that could change everything. The strategy is so crazy that when you hear it, you won't believe it. As if that wasn't enough, a legendary duo is revolutionizing our defense, two linebackers who are making history and transforming the team's culture. The veteran and the young lion are creating such an explosive chemistry that it has the entire league shaking. And to top it all off, a rookie cornerback is about to face his trial by fire against one of the most dominant receivers in the NFL. This kid has something special, and next Sunday we could be witnessing the birth of a star. Don't miss a second of these bombs that are about to drop. Give it a like, subscribe, and ring the bell because this is just the beginning. Commanders Nation, get ready for something historic. You won't believe it! What are we seeing here, family? I have to talk about something that has me absolutely choked about the upcoming playoff game between the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Do you know what the key to all this is? I'll tell you. Vita Vea. This 156-kilogram monster who can destroy any offensive line. And I ask you, are the Commanders really prepared to face such a beast? Look, I say this with all sincerity. I've seen how this guy destroyed the Giants in Week 12. Destroyed! I am not exaggerating. Ask Tommy DeVito how he felt about that encounter. But here is the interesting part. And listen closely because this is crucial. The Commanders have a plan, and I think it's pretty smart. Do you know what it is? Constant double coverage on Vea. Here is no other way, family. If they try to block him one-on-one, they're dead. Plain and simple. Now let's talk about Jayden Daniels. This rookie has to be faster than lightning with his decisions. And do you know why? Because if he holds the ball for more than 2 seconds, he'll end up seeing stars. I am telling you this because Vea has a personal record of 7 sacks this season, and it's no coincidence. But do you know what's the most fascinating part of all this? Cliff Kingsbury's strategy. And I ask you, isn't it brilliant to use John Bates as a fullback for this game? Because I think it is. The Buccaneers are using zone coverage in 71.7% of the plays. 71.7%! And do you know what that means? The middle of the field is there to be exploited. Now, let me ask you this final question, because this is what really matters. Can the Commanders execute this plan to perfection in a playoff game, under pressure, against one of the most dominant defensive players in the league? I'll tell you this. If they manage to keep Vea under control, and Daniels can make those quick passes to the middle of the field, they have a real chance to win this game. But if they fail to contain Vea, well, it will be a long night in Tampa Bay. What do you think? Can the Commanders execute this game plan, or will Vita Vea dominate the game? Family! Now I have to talk about something that has me fired up because we have something extraordinary happening in Washington. And do you know what it is? The dynamic duo that's revolutionizing the Commanders' defense. Bobby Wagner and Frankie Luvu. And I ask you, have you ever seen such a perfect combination at the linebacker position? I think not. Look, Coach Dan Quinn called them yin and yang, and I say he could not have used a better description. And do you know why? Because while Wagner is that calm presence, that general on the field, Luvu is pure energy, pure passion. He's pure dynamic. Now, let me tell you something that has me impressed. The influence of Ken Norton Jr. as the linebackers coach. Do you know what it means to have a coach of this caliber? I'll tell you. It's like having a PhD in linebacker. And let's talk about Frankie Luvu for a moment. Do you know what fascinates me about this guy? Not only is he a great player, but he was voted captain by his teammates. Captain. And I ask you, isn't that proof of the impact he has on this team? Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner. This veteran is doing something that goes beyond statistics. I'll tell you this. He's teaching, he's guiding, he's transforming this linebackers unit. But here comes the most impressive part, family. Dan Quinn said something that left me thinking. As a coach, you see more people leading and filling spaces, and that's what you want. And I ask you, isn't that exactly what a team needs to get to the next level? Now, look me in the eyes when I say this. This linebackers unit is not just playing well, it's changing the culture of the team. And do you know what? That's more valuable than any statistic. And here comes my question for you, family. With this combination of experience, energy, and top-notch coaching, don't you think the Commanders have one of the best linebacker groups in the entire NFL? Mike Sainristil! And before anyone says, "But why aren't we talking about Daniels?" Let me tell you something that will blow your mind. Look, I say this with all the sincerity in the world. Jaden Daniels is spectacular. He's phenomenal. He's everything we want to say. But the real X factor in this game against the Buccaneers could be this second-round cornerback who has everyone in Washington excited. And do you know why I am so sure about this? I am going to tell you something that has me shocked. A few months ago, Dan Quinn made a decision that many questioned. Do you know what he did? He moved Sainristil to full-time outside cornerback. And let me tell you something. That decision has been brighter than a diamond in the sun. But wait, because this gets better. Have you seen how this guy solves problems on the field? It's like watching a chess master, but at full speed, as Quinn says. And listen to this because it's pure wisdom. He's someone who just figures things out. That's right. Now let's talk about something serious. Sainristil and Marshawn Lattimore have a task that would make anyone tremble. And do you know what it is? They have to face Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan. Mike Evans, family, the same one who has been terrorizing secondaries for years. And McMillan, this rookie who's playing like he's been in the league for a decade. And I ask you, do you realize the magnitude of this challenge? Because this is not just any game. This is playoffs, where legends are born and heroes are forged. But do you know what's the most fascinating part of all this? Sainristil's mentality. This kid doesn't back down from anything. I've seen him grow week after week, game after game. And I'll tell you something. He has that special something that can't be taught. Now, let me put this in perspective. The Buccaneers aren't just any team. Tom Brady is no longer there, but they have an aerial attack that can explode at any moment. And this is where Sainristil has to prove why the Commanders drafted him. And do you know what else has me exited? The chemistry he's developing with Lattimore. It's like watching Batman and Robin, but NFL version. When these two are in sync, no receiver can escape them. But here comes the most important part, family. This game could be the moment that defines Sainristil's career. And I ask you, are you ready to see a star being born in primetime? Because I think this guy is about to put on a show that no one will forget. The key will be how he handles the pressure. Because it's one thing to play well in the regular season, and another very different thing to do it in the playoffs, with everything on the line, against elite receivers, and with millions of people watching. And here comes my prediction, family. I think Sainristil is going to surprise everyone. It's going to be one of those moments where everyone says, "Did you see what that rookie did?" And I'll be here telling you, "I told you so!" Now I want to know what you think. Can Sainristil be the unexpected hero of this game? Can he contain Evans? Will this be the start of a legendary career in Washington? Commanders family, after analyzing these crucial news for our team, I need you to join this conversation. Can our game plan overcome the wall called Vita Vea, or will we need a plan B? The battle in the trenches will be epic. Our linebacker group is causing a sensation in the league. With that perfect mix of experience and youth plus elite coaching, we are witnessing something special. Don't you feel like we are seeing the birth of one of the most dominant linebacker corps in the NFL? And speaking of revelations, Sainristil has a titanic mission against Mike Evans. Will this be the moment our cornerback becomes a Washington legend? History is about to be written. Family, this channel is our home, our meeting point where we live every moment of the Commanders with passion. If you are not yet part of this community, join by clicking subscribe. Every analysis, every debate, every victory we celebrate together. Ring the bell to not miss any updates, and leave your comments below. Your opinion makes this family stronger. And remember, hail to the Redskins!